Guys, don't buy Remnant from the ashes, because if you do, you're just gonna get addicted. That's it. You're just gonna get addicted. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on the video today. I hope you're doing well. You guys already know the deal. What I need you to do is do whatever you have to do to get your hands ready, to get your fingers ready. If you gotta go ahead and take your fingers, dip it in some tea, or maybe go to your toilet and dip it in there. Or if you gotta go ahead and put your rings on, like, I don't know, maybe you got a donut or something like that and you want to put that on if you don't have any rings on you, because, you know, you just want to look super fly. Go ahead and do that. What? Because what I need you guys to do is let me know what you think about this subject down in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get into it. So if you guys don't know, Remnant from the Ashes recently came out with a new update. You might be wondering, what the heck is Remnant from the Ashes, Defton? I've never heard of this game before. Let me enlighten you. Let me expand your horizons. Let me teach you about the world of really cool video games. Because this game is honestly really, really dope. And it actually made a lot of buzz when it first came out. But I guess not as much buzz as I thought, because not too many people knew about this game. For example, there were a couple of new people that came into my stream the other day, meaning yesterday. And by the way, if you're not already following me on Twitch, you should go hop over to Twitch, you know what I'm saying? Click the link in the description or down in the comments and give me a follow. I would really appreciate it. We have a ton of fun on there. But anyway, yeah, so there were some people that came into my stream the other day, meaning yesterday, and they were like, what's Remnant from the Ashes? Because we were trying to decide in chat what game we should play, whether we should play an indie game, which is what we normally do on Wednesdays, or if we should play this game called Remnant from the Ashes. And I was like, I think we should play that because I've been playing it all day and I've been really enjoying it. And there's a new DLC out and stuff like that. And some people were like, what the heck is that? So I showed them the trailer and they were like, whoa, this is dope, bro. This is sick. Play that. Play that. I don't want to see little dungeon stories. Get it out of here. Looks really cool. We're playing Remnant. And I was like, okay, all right, that's fine. I'm cool with that because I wanted to play Remnant anyway. So what is Remnant from the Ashes? To put it simply, Remnant from the Ashes is basically a Souls-like game with guns and abilities and a bunch of different character builds that you can create. It has traits, it has mods, it has a bunch of different weapon types, it has a bunch of different armor types, it has a very unique art style, and honestly, it's just overall dope. Like, it's honestly a dope game. Here's a little clip from my stream the other day to show you how hyped this game can get, because there's some enemies that are a little frustrating. And when you finally beat them, it's super, and you finally figure out how to beat them, it's so rewarding. It's very similar to how I would describe Monster Hunter World. But here's a little clip from my stream to show you what I'm talking about.
Dude, what? Oh,
Oh, look at the damage! Look at the damage! Get out of my lobby! You're going to be seeing gameplay of it if you haven't already noticed. It's what you're watching right now. It's the gameplay that you're seeing right now. Check it out, see if it's something that you'd enjoy. The gameplay that you're seeing right now is something that just came out with the new DLC. It's something called Survival. Basically, what you do, instead of doing a normal campaign, which I'll explain in a second because the normal campaign is also really cool and it adds a lot of replayability that other games don't really have, which I think is really awesome. It's very unique in that way. But with this game, with this new update, with the gameplay that you're seeing above, basically you go into a random spot and in the map, and everything is randomly generated. I'll explain that in a second, but you go into a random spot in the map and you just try and survive. You try and kill as many bosses as you can, you try and go as far as you can, and you just see how long you can survive. And as you go through it, the levels increase, meaning the enemies' difficulties increase, meaning their damage, their health, all that stuff increases over time, and you have that timer on the top left of your screen that tells you how long you have until the level goes up. But then also, as you kill enemies, you also level up as well. That's a little blue bar underneath it, right? So it's kind of like a race against the clock to kind of keep up with the enemies, right? You want to make sure that your level is at least the same level, and never 2 levels below, because you're going to get obliterated. But you want to make sure that you're always at least 1 level ahead or the same exact level as the enemies. So that's kind of interesting. It gives you kind of a sense of urgency. It gives you kind of a sense of, oh, I got to make sure I do this. I got to make sure I do that. But the interesting thing about it is, because it's basically RNG based, if you go in and you get really crappy loot, it's going to be really hard for you to kill the boss. I've legit only got this pistol. What the heck does this game expect me to do? I literally came across... I haven't fought against this boss yet. Oh my god. What is its attack patterns? Oh my god, there's 2 of them. Oh heck no! Get me out of this, bro! Oh no. Yeah, me too. Me too. Protagonist, me... Oh my god, me too. Oh. Okay, alright, calm down.
A few moments later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright, looks like I'm punching him to death. Bro, what? How the heck am I supposed to do that? But it gets so much more rewarding if you do kill the boss, because obviously if you're killing the boss with only a pistol and you know, the skin on your back, obviously you're doing something right? So that's something that's really cool about this. That's one of the things I really like about survival. Now, if you don't know about the base game, let's talk about that really quick. So with this new DLC, it added that survival mode, but it also added a new area, a bunch of new enemies, and a bunch of new armor and weapons. So there's a lot of content. I just wish they came out with this a little bit sooner. Like, I wish they... I don't know. I just wish they did this a little bit sooner. But it's better late than never, like a lot of people say, right? But the base game, what it's about is you're basically this person who's trying to get rid of this thing called the root, which is like this tree virus, you can think of it as, right? I mean, I guess. But they're technically aliens. I don't know. But anyway, so one of the cool things about it, though, is that when you play the game, every single time that you play the game, you can reset your world if you wanted to. You still keep all of your items, you still keep all of your traits, you just reset the world, which I think is really cool. But what happens is the map randomly generates. It's kind of like a seed, right? From Minecraft, it uses different seeds to kind of figure out, okay, how should we actually position this map? How is this story going to progress this time? Which bosses are you going to see? Which enemies are you going to face? Right? So it does that every single time you reset your world tier, every single time you change your difficulty, or every single time you create a new character. Every single time you get a different playthrough, which I think is really awesome. Because sometimes you'll get enemies that you kind of need, and other times you won't. Which I think is really interesting. Obviously, you'll always get the core enemies that allow you to progress your story, but there are certain items in the game that you can only get if you defeat certain bosses, or there are, you know, only certain things in the world that you can get if you defeat certain bosses or visit different areas. And sometimes you just won't get those places, which I think is really awesome. If you guys are also looking for a challenging game, this game definitely brings the challenge, okay? This game actually does bring up some pretty cool challenges with the enemies, because each one has different weak points, each one has different attack types, each one has different movesets, and it's always something different. It's always something refreshing whenever you go up against an enemy. Also, the combat is very similar to Dark Souls. Like the dodging, there's not really any blocking. You mainly have to dodge. So it's very similar to Dark Souls in terms of combat. Or I guess Bloodborne. I guess it's more similar to Bloodborne because Bloodborne there is no blocking. There's really only dodging. So anyway, but you know what I mean. It's very similar to a Souls-like game, right? If you're kind of interested in something like that, but you weren't into the whole, medieval type old fantasy style of Dark Souls, kind of dark and gloomy, you're like, no, it's a little bit too dark for me. That's a little bit too, I don't like it. It makes me scared. I don't mean that, no. Anyway, take that out. No, but if you actually do want to play a game that is like Dark Souls, but not exactly Dark Souls, and it has a little bit of more stuff to it. It has a little bit of it has some guns, it has some different weapons, and it still has that difficulty that Dark Souls brings. I would definitely say to pick this game up, especially because it's on sale right now. It's on sale. Pick it up. I'm serious. Like, this game is totally worth the money, even if you pay for the full DLC or the whole pack with the DLC. I'm telling you, this game is worth it. You are going to probably dump tons of hours into it if you take it seriously. So let me know what you think about this down in the comments. But guys, what I really want is to hear from you guys in the comments. Have you guys already picked up this game? Have you guys already experienced this game? What do you think about this? Do you guys enjoy the game? Are you enjoying this new DLC? Or have you never seen this game before and this video is kind of opening your eyes to something new? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you going to pick it up? If you do, let me know. If you pick it up on PC, let's play together. I'd love to, drag you through the campaign. No, but seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you did enjoy. If you're not already subbed and you've reached this point, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. When you do, make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I post a video. But sometimes YouTube is a little bit iffy on those notifications, so I would recommend going over to Twitter and following me on there. Not only do I post notifications whenever I go live on Twitch and whenever I post a new video, but I also just post a bunch of funny stuff on there, ask you guys questions, just random stuff on Twitter. So it's a good place to be. Go ahead and follow my Twitter. It's lit. Other than that, make sure you hit that like button so it helps the video out with the algorithm, gets this video out to other people, share it with people who may not already own Remnant, send it to people who you might want to buy the game with you, and let's go ahead and get this conversation going. Guys, I really appreciate it if you got this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.